I've never actually raced a half marathon. Some of you might know that I ran the 1500 meters at the 2008 and 2012 Olympics, but then since retiring, I struggle with motivation, and somehow I found that through the longer distances. So 6 months ago, I ran my first marathon, something I said that I would never do, and now it's a turn for the half marathon, whilst I'm still incredibly young, obviously. So I've set myself the lofty goal of trying to run sub 75 minutes, and when I've looked at the splits for that, it's pretty terrifying, which means that some of the workouts I have to do are also pretty terrifying, just like the one I'm going to show you right now. So 75 minutes is hard, and I don't even know whether I can do it, but it's taking me out of my comfort zone, which motivates me to do hard workouts just like this one. So let me talk you through what I'm going to be doing. So first up, right now, I'm in my 2 to 3K warm-up jog. I'll follow that with 4 hard strides of about 100 meters each, just to get ready for that pace I'm going to have to run at. And then we get into the workout itself, which is going to be alternating 400 meters hard at my 10K pace. So for me, that's 80 seconds for 400 meters, 320 per kilometer, straight into 200 meters float recovery at 50 seconds, which is 4:10 per kilometer pace, which is around about my marathon pace. So we're alternating either side of half marathon. We're doing that 8 times continuously, so that's 4,800 meters of effort. Then I'll have a 3-minute easy jog to recover, and then we'll do it all again. So a really tough workout. It's really hot. I better get stuck in. Probably time to switch to a vest. Singlet, short shorts, fast shoes. First rep is 400 meters at 10K pace. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Even though 400 meters is relatively short compared to running a half marathon, the number of overall repetitions on this mean that you'll get plenty of speed in on tired legs. The key part of this is to have a realistic pace target which will push you, but you know that you can sustain for a total of 16 reps.
Jess, who's riding the bike, wanted me to talk during these recoveries, but I'm still going at my marathon pace, so I'm not that keen to talk, if I'm honest. Okay, my 50-second 200's nearly up. There we go. It's going to get tougher and tougher from here. 77, 78, 79, 80 on the money. The really hard thing is because 10K pace isn't all out and you accelerate into the effort. It's sort of not to go too hard in that first 30 seconds or so. And then now it's just the knowledge of 6 more of them at this stage and then a whole nother set. So I've just got to focus on the minute that I'm in and get that done. Done 130 meters of this recovery. I feel like I've underestimated this. First 2 felt great. The third one mentally, I was just thinking about, oh, after this is 5 more and another 8. 5 plus 8, 13, oh God. The key is not to just shut down when you finish each effort. You need to keep floating through. That's why it's called a float.
I used to run a half marathon every Sunday in training, week in, week out during my career, but I've never run one all out to see how fast I can do it. It's given me even more motivation to nail it in training and keep building a platform for a marathon later in the year too. At this point, we're already halfway through the first set, which is always such a good feeling as you have that longer 3 minutes rest to look forward to.
It's amazing how much ground you cover. It's tempting to just completely switch off and jog. The recoveries are not a jog. Relatively, actually, they feel like one. It's a very nice feeling, but they disappear. I've managed real solid consistency, which is a target here. You don't want to be yo-yoing in the reps themselves. Obviously, you're yo-yoing between recovery and hard, but the rest of it, consistent as you can between each 400. Probably only been 2 or 3 seconds difference for me.
I find long, steady or slower runs much harder mentally. I love the faster stuff. I love workouts where I'm working close to my limit for big portions of them. I find it easier to get up to that red line and hold that red line for a relatively short period of time. But it's so different to running longer distances like marathons or even just my long runs.
Got fans. It's either me or Jess on the bike. Rep number 6, 76, 7, 8, 9, 80. Now it's hurting. So if you are going to try this, be prepared for the first 3 or 4 to feel okay. Almost like, what's he on about? And then all of a sudden, the fatigue comes, and it comes on fast.
This workout fits in as one of 4 runs that I'm doing each week, which are made up of an easy run plus some faster strides at the end to keep that speed in there. A faster workout like this, another recovery run or sometimes a tempo run. Those are interchangeable, and then a longer run.
This is the last hard one, then into recovery, and then I get 3 minutes easy recovery. I don't want to do all that again, that's how I'm feeling. So the first set's done. What was interesting, in between the 7th and 8th hard one, that's the first time I had to really concentrate on the float. On the other float recoveries, I'd almost been holding myself back, but on that one I slowed down too much because I was clearly getting tired. So I had to focus on just picking up a little bit so I didn't lapse into a jog. I got 30 seconds, that's disappeared, until I go again. But I want to know, what's your A goal this year? Let me know, I want to give you my support. But for me, it's a few more weeks until this half marathon. Right, we're going again. I went off a little bit too hard the first 200 meters of that, and then spent the next 200 trying to relax back onto the pace. My legs had freshened up in the 3 minutes, and it's only taken 80 seconds for me to go to pieces again. A big focus for me now is on maintaining the pace via cadence, not by overstriding. Real temptation as I get tired to kind of reach out and claw in front of me, but I want to keep those foot contacts nice and quick and underneath my hips, because if you don't and you land with your foot in front of your hips, you're braking yourself, slowing yourself down. Oh, I shouldn't have done that talking bit.
The key is definitely to realise that in this second set, it will get hard really quickly. So mentally, be prepared for that and be prepared to work harder through the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th reps. And then the final rep takes care of itself.
Okay, it's halfway in this final set, 4 done, 4 to go. I can see my float slowed down because I'm hurting now, much earlier than in the first set. This is hard work and I'm hot. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the running channel.
5K training is well within my comfort zone. Stepping up to the half marathon changes that completely, and the workouts are longer, so that's a big difference that I have to get used to. This workout has almost 10K of consistent effort with essentially no recoveries, so that's something that I definitely need to get used to.
Oh, so hard. 3 to go. I'm not sure I can do much more talking.
While I'm currently unable to speak, shout out to these Krun shoes. I'll be wearing the Krun KD900 X LD for race day, so these are the shoes that I'm going to do some of my speed sessions in too, to make sure I'm comfortable in them and to give me that edge. I was lucky enough to go out to Lille to Krun's headquarters to see exactly how they're made, so if you're interested in that, then take a look at when myself and James went behind the scenes to see exactly how this shoe was developed. I love saving my race day shoes for races and for key workouts and not using them too much in between, because then you immediately notice the difference from your daily trainer. And that's true today. It's really hot. These paces are difficult, but the shoes are really keeping me going.
So these two, I'm focused on not being a hero on the last one. I've got to stay strong on this one, number 7. If you're interested, I've programmed the workout into my watch so it's beeping at me. Then I'm using a screen that has lap pace, lap time and lap distance on it to gauge my pace. The acceleration every time is so hard. Last one, come on. Oh. I need to keep walking, otherwise I'll seize up, and never will I refer to those floats as recoveries again in my life. That was really tough, but do you think it can help me get a half marathon PB? And what time do you think I might end up running? And are you going to give it a go? Remember, it's alternating between 10K pace and probably slightly slower than your marathon pace, and then a nice easy jog recovery in that middle 3 minutes. But now, I think it's time for you to check out this video where James and Mo, I didn't want to go, it was too hard, got sent out to Kenya to train with the elites out there.